Let me tell you a story today. The story of a fearless man named Mr. Jadunath Bandyopadhyay. But to begin, we must travel back in time. The early 20th century was a time of tremendous upheaval in India, with the countrywide turbulences of the Indian freedom movement echoing across its vast landscapes. Among the many regions that actively participated in the resistance against British colonial rule, Bengal stood out as a fervent center of revolutionary activities. The air was thick with tension, but in the middle of this there were those who refused to bow. Among them was a man whose intellect burned as fiercely as his desire for freedom, Sri Jadunath Bandyopadhyay. Born in 1855, Jadunath was not merely a man of words but of action, a scholar whose wisdom extended far beyond the confines of academia. Talking about his family, Jadunath is the great grandfather of well known writer and cybersecurity expert Reetwika Banerjee. Reetwika is the daughter of renowned Bengali author Subrata Bandyopadhyay and granddaughter of social reformers Aparna and Lokhi Gopal Bandyopadhyay.
আমি অপর্ণা বন্দ্যোপাধ্যায় বলছি, শ্রী যদুনাথ বন্দ্যোপাধ্যায়ের পৌত্রবধূগণ।
Jadunath Bandyopadhyay was a true pioneer in India's tea industry and a significant contributor to the country's struggle for independence. My mother-in-law, Srimati Maheshwari Devi, used to tell how Jadunath went on to become the first Indian tea tester breaking the British domination. Jadunath's determination led to the expansion of Kathalguri Tea Estate in North Bengal, marking the beginning of a revolutionary shift. This was one of the first few tea estates fully owned and operated by Bengalis, breaking the monopoly that had been firmly held by the British for decades. Beyond the tea industry, Jadunath also played an integral role in India's freedom struggle. He was a crucial strategist of the revolutionary activities led by Bagha Jatin and Surya Sen, a revered freedom fighter of that time. In an era where financial resources were essential for carrying out armed resistance against British rule, Jadunath emerged as a key financier of multiple revolutionary movements. Maloti Koutir, a palatial residence established by Jadunath in Shahanagar, Murshidabad, was the epicenter of multiple significant strategy meetings about Indian independence.
আমি 50 বছর 1951 সাল থেকে 2001 সাল পর্যন্ত মুর্শিদাবাদে মালতী কুঠিরেই কাটিয়েছি।
Jadunath spent his childhood days in a manor built by his father, Zamindar Sri Ramnath Bandyopadhyay at Rampara. Unfortunately, now what remains there is nothing but debris. Jadunath's father, Ramnath's passion for hunting was beyond a leisure activity. He once earned great fame for killing a fearsome leopard that had terrorized local villages, saving many lives in the process. Despite his formidable reputation, Ramnath was a devoted husband and father. His wife, Renuka Devi, was graceful and resilient, raising their only son Jadunath with love and care. Tragedy struck in 1862 when a leopard, likely seeking revenge for its slain cub, attacked Renuka in their garden, while young Jadunath played nearby. Though villagers intervened, Renuka succumbed to her injuries, leaving the family devastated. Driven by grief and vengeance, Ramnath later tracked and killed that leopard responsible and vowed to raise Jadunath with the values Renuka had cherished. Jadunath was only 7 at that time. He struggled with the emotional weight of his mother's death. Her absence left a lasting void, dampening his once cheerful spirit. It was in books that Jadunath eventually found solace, immersing himself in learning to cope with sorrow. Ramnath struggled to raise his son Jadunath alone. Longing for a better future for the boy, he sent him to Murshidabad under the care of the Dewan and his wife, who offered Jadunath love and education. As Jadunath thrives academically and emotionally, Ramnath battled loneliness and memories of his late wife. Though Ramnath remarried and rebuilt a family, the absence of Jadunath remained a silent sorrow for him. On the other hand, Jadunath displayed exceptional intellect from an early age. He was granted admission to the Anglo-Vernacular School, marking a pivotal turn in his life. Immersed in a stimulating academic and political environment, he excelled in studies while also becoming intrigued by the revolutionary fervor of Bengal's freedom fighters. Jadunath balanced his scholarly pursuits with a growing sense of nationalism. His dedication led him to top the matriculation exam, earning the prestigious Dogra Merit Scholarship and admission to Calcutta University. In Kolkata, then known as Calcutta, he was exposed to an elite academic world and the intellectual political ferment of the colonial culture. Torn between a secure colonial career and the cause of Indian independence, he chose the path of purpose, using his education as a tool for liberation. The prestigious Dogra Merit Scholarship was sponsored by an influential group of philanthropists. Among them were the Zamindars of Balarampur. During the on-ground visit for the research of this film, the makers found out some fascinating facts about Balarampur. Under the mentorship of the Balarampur Zamindar, Jadunath gained exposure to elite intellectual circles and developed a passion for societal reform. His academic success at Calcutta University and eventual marriage into the Zamindar family elevated his social standing. Yet, Jadunath remained committed to using knowledge as a force for change and empowerment across India. Jadunath defied colonial norms by choosing an unconventional path, becoming India's first accredited tea tester rather than entering law or civil service. His pursuit began with a rigorous 4-year course in tea testing, breaking into a British-dominated field and earning recognition from the Tea Board, India. His passion turned into a revolutionary act, challenging imperial biases and reshaping boundaries for the country. Beyond his groundbreaking career, Jadunath carried heavy personal responsibilities. After losing his parents young, he became guardian to his step-siblings, sacrificing ancestral land to secure their future. He built the iconic Maloti Koutir, regarded as the pride of Murshidabad. Maloti Koutir was a home symbolizing love, devotion and legacy.
নমস্কার, আমি সুব্রতা বন্দ্যোপাধ্যায়, শ্রী যদুনাথ বন্দ্যোপাধ্যায়ের প্রপৌত্রী। আমার ছোটবেলা কেটেছে মুর্শিদাবাদ শহরের মালতী কুটিরে।
Maloti Koutir was surrounded by high perimeter walls. After crossing a large courtyard, one could reach the main entrance. My bedroom was adjacent to the terrace on the second floor. One door of the room opened into a long balcony, while another opened onto a spacious terrace with high cornices from where the entire Murshidabad town could be seen. I had heard from my father that this very room once belonged to my great grandfather, Sri Jadunath Bandyopadhyay. He had refined tastes. He owned a luxury Hummer car that was used extensively by the Indian freedom fighters for safe passage. He also owned a luxury boat called Bajra, which played a crucial role in transporting arms undetected during many of those armory raids by the Bengal revolutionaries. Jadunath used to carry a gold pocket watch with a chain in his coat and wore gold-framed glasses. He always carried a secret dagger camouflaged as his walking stick whenever he went out for a walk. Unfortunately, after a few months past 2005, this iconic Maloti Koutir, which hosted and witnessed so many historical spectacles, was unethically acquired and demolished by the local goons. So what remains today is just a piece of land.
বাবার কাছে শুনেছি যদুনাথ বন্দ্যোপাধ্যায় তখনকার পলাতক স্বাধীনতা সংগ্রামীদের নিজের সেফ হাউসে গোপনে থাকার ব্যবস্থা করে দিতেন।
Jadunath transformed Kathalguri tea estate into a symbol of innovation, compassion, and socio-economic progress. By blending traditional values with scientific cultivation methods, he revolutionized tea production and logistics. He established links with Bhutan through a canal named Umesh Khal, which can still be found today. Jadunath's leadership extended beyond business. Facilities created by him like school, hospital, and temples are still there.
वो मैनेजर की पत्नी को रात को सपने आया था कि यहाँ पर भगवान विराजमान है।
Interestingly, during his stay at Kathalguri, Jadunath tested a landmark win at Calcutta High Court against the British-originated firm Banerjee and Company. His victory at the British Court of Law was a pure symbol of the changing times, a reflection of the change that was sweeping across the landscape of British India. He used his tea estate at Kathalguri as a covert base for revolutionaries. Beneath the guise of a tea processing unit, he constructed a secret facility that stored arms, documents, and included an underground tunnel for escape. In fact, legendary freedom fighters like Barindra Ghosh, Surjo Sen, and Bagha Jatin took refuge there. Unfortunately, today, major part of the freedom fighter safe house and Jadunath's bungalow is in ruins. Operating his business from Jalpaiguri, West Bengal, Jadunath Bandyopadhyay not only challenged colonial dominance but also paved the way for future Indian entrepreneurs in the industry. Jadunath supported India's freedom struggle by financing revolutionary acts led by my grandfather, Mr. Jatindranath Mukherjee, who is better known as Bagha Jatin. Despite his business success, Jadunath always remained a massive patriot, offering strategic thoughts, shelter, funds, and logistical aid to Indian freedom fighters. Jadunath's ambitions led him into international trade, where he built alliances with global merchants. However, behind his commercial success, there was a hidden agenda, using the tea trade as a cover of arranging arms for Indian revolutionaries. A secret alliance with a German seller enabled him to transport weapons under the guise of exporting tea. Jadunath also forged discreet ties with Bhutanese royalty, who offered support for the freedom movement. Even a royal visit to Bhutan with his wife Maloti Mala revealed both his diplomatic reach and personal devotion. By 1915, Jadunath prepared for retirement by expanding beyond his doer's empire. Maloti Koutir was full of opulent artifacts like an antique jewelry case received as a royal gift from Bhutan, a personal ivory studded dressing table with Belgian glass mirror made of premium quality mahogany wood, a wooden chest, a unique looking vintage key of Jadunath's secret locker, a secret chest of Bandyopadhyay family's Kulodevata. Despite settling in Murshidabad, Jadunath kept on supporting Bengal's independence movement by strategizing various moves in a secret chamber beneath his Panchra Bazar warehouse as a revolutionary hub. Jadunath and Maloti Mala's sons, Boshanto and Ananto, inherited their patriotism. Boshanto, a brilliant medical student at Calcutta Medical College, joined the nationalist movement but tragically died under mysterious circumstances, suspected to be a political execution. Ananto, inspired by both his father's silent sacrifices and a stirring speech by Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose in Murshidabad, embraced the cause with fiery determination. As the globe was preparing for the Second World War, Ananto channeled the family's zamindari wealth to secretly fund the Bengal Volunteers, an underground revolutionary group founded by Netaji. Some of the mementos, like needleworked cigar box and Lady of Voyage souvenir, which Ananto won as a recognition of his effort, are of absolute curio value today. Ananto had a supremely innovative mind. Among his innovations was the use of a luxurious houseboat, the Bajra, presented publicly as a gift to Maloti Devi, but secretly outfitted to serve as a mobile command center for planning rebel activities and transporting arms. On board the Bajra, Ananto and Bagha Jatin orchestrated daring missions against the British rule. Unfortunately, Ananto too suffered an untimely death at the age of 50. Following the death of Ananto, Jadunath yet again took it upon himself to guide the next generation, particularly his grandson Lokhi Gopal. Letting go of his vast wealth, including tea gardens, marketplaces, and estates, he relocated permanently to Murshidabad, choosing a life of purpose over material grandeur. Jadunath's legacy lived on through his grandsons, especially Lokhi Gopal, whom he raised with values of resilience, education, and ideological clarity. He instilled in him the spirit of resistance, emphasizing character over comfort and action over apathy. As we come to the end of Jadunath's story, if you are wondering who am I, well, I am the cup of tea which went on to become Jadunath's cup of victory over innumerable opposing forces. Jadunath's quiet insolence, strategic brilliance, and enduring love for freedom made him a hero, his name etched in the spirit of India's liberation and independence.
Namaskar. Hello everyone, I am Reetwika Banerjee, the great granddaughter of Sri Jadunath Bandyopadhyay. In late 19th century colonial India, Bengal emerged as a revolutionary hotspot amid socio-political unrest. Jadunath Bandyopadhyay was born in Rampara, Murshidabad in the year 1855, and he rose from multiple personal tragedies to become a pivotal yet silent force in India's freedom struggle. He took his last breath on a humid summer of 1939. For me, this documentary and the accompanying biography, written over a decade's time, have been nothing short of a life transforming journey. All these years, I had been breathing Jadunath and dreaming Jadunath, as if he resides within me and has become a part of my own life. I have spent more than 15 years at Jadunath's Maloti Koutir, and through this biographical journey, I got a chance to relive those cherished moments of my childhood again. It's such a special feeling which I can't express in words. Rediscovering Jadunath took me across India and even to neighboring countries in search of forgotten archives, people, and places touched by his legacy. There were moments I thought of giving up, but I kept showing up every day. I am indebted to many people who stood beside me during this decade-long journey. I express my deepest gratitude to all the historians, archivists, translators, local guides, and cultural custodians who welcomed me with warmth and offered insights, materials, and access that were vital for this research. Special thanks to my mother, Shubrata Bandyopadhyay, father, Torun Kumar Banerjee, grandfather, Lokhi Gopal Banerjee, and my grandma, Apurna Bandyopadhyay, the four pillars of my life who shaped me not only as an individual but also for believing in this mission, Jadunath. Last but not the least, I am divinely thankful to my husband, Tamal Kanti Mukherjee, the man on the steering wheel. Today is the 170th birth anniversary of Sri Jadunath Bandyopadhyay. On this occasion, this is our tiny tribute to the pioneer tea baron of British India and a secret financier of Indian freedom fighters. Vande Mataram, Jai Hind.